under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice, that's what we're looking for.
Okay, at this time, we'll go into the public portion. When you come to the podium, please state your name and address for the record. The clock is starting.
Good afternoon, you all. Steve, let's get the roll call again. Once again, I'm Jerry Bloom, and I live up the road on Fairfield Avenue. Congratulations to all of you who were reelected, and my condolences to those who were not. In particular, Alderman McPherson, who was the only one who sided with me going on 3 years, trying to get the road down at Riverview Park paved. As today, it is still unpaved after me submitting a petition to Mayor Loretti to have it done. Mayor Loretti, is there a reason you will not pave that road? I will take that as a no. Also, of course, next month is Christmas season, and once again, I expect that you will allow, Mayor Loretti will allow the fire department to slowly cruise through the neighborhoods with a Santa Claus waving to people and throwing out candy with the lights and sirens on. That is verboten. As a former EMT, I know is law that lights and sirens are only to be used in emergency situations. Also, last couple of months, I've been asking you, Mayor Loretti, if you would please sign up with the feds under the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1996, specifically Section 287G, which will allow the Shelton PD to assist ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, to eliminate the illegal aliens here in town. One of the benefits about that is, of course, you're on law and order side, and the Department of Homeland Security will pay the salaries of all of the policemen in that department. Great incentive. I can't emphasize enough how important this is. We see every day how the mainstream media and politicians are dragging their feet, trying to keep illegal aliens in this country long enough so the torch will pass to the Democrats again. And of course, their goal is to grant them universal amnesty, make them all citizens, and have them vote Democrat forever. This is something I cannot emphasize how important this is. So once again, Mayor Loretti, I am asking you to get on board. All it takes is one phone call. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else wishing to address the board?
My name is Kevin Hayes at Geisler Drive. With all due respect, sir, about driving around with Santa Claus on the fire trucks, the kids enjoy the lights and sirens, and we do that to get them out of their house, and we don't put anybody at risk doing it. So that's why we do it, and I've been doing it for 35 years, and so the kids enjoy it. I know the rules. I drive
Please
ambulances.
address your comments to the
Pull the
board.
mic down, yeah.
So, first of all, congratulations to everybody who won the election. And good luck to Chris. I think I don't know what happened there, but need to work harder and back her so she gets in. And as far as Eric McPherson, I've known him for 50+ years. I want to personally thank him for his dedication and his passion for the city of Shelton and the residents over the years. That's about all I got to say.
50 years, that's it? I didn't think you were that old, Kevin. Okay, anybody else? If there's no one else wishing to address the board, we'll close the public portion.
If I just
Yes.
personal
Go,
privilege
go
here.
right ahead.
I just want to take the opportunity over my many years here to express my thanks. Public service is a privilege. It's been an honor to do so. This is a job, and it's a lot of work. We do it here because we care. We want to get involved. We care about our city. We love our community. I've been proud to be a part of your team, Mayor. I have seen many of the great works. I remember downtown when there were 33 vacant stores. I remember walking with Joe Lanzi, my first running mate, and seeing that. I remember the river was a different color every day of the week. I remember the abandoned buildings. And I know the mayor worked with 5 governors to get grants and federal funding and to get the recognition we had from Governor Malloy, who sent us a proclamation recognizing our efforts, and from the New England Regional EPA to recognize our efforts in brownfield cleanup and what we've done. I'm very proud to have been a part of that and everything that we have accomplished here. I'm also very proud of the working relationships that I've built and the friendships that I've made over the many years. And I want to thank some people here for all they've done to work with me and help me. It's been really a pleasure to work with you, with my colleagues on the board, our administrative assistants, Fran Freer, Kelly Bizzano, our councils, Fran Teodoso, Tom Cotter. I worked with Grace briefly, Paul Hiller before that. And I particularly want to thank Brian Roach, Remus Balsas, our Parks and Rec people, our fire department, our fire chief, our police department, and our chiefs and officials there. As you know, Mayor, I've probably been in their offices many times. So I'll just end there, but just to say a heartfelt thank you for the support, for the friendship of my colleagues on the board. Donna, I want to thank you for the tremendous minutes you do with our street committee, with our board and our other boards. So I want to thank you as well. So, and I thank people for the kind words of support that I've been given. And I thank them for their friendships as well. Thank you, Mayor.
Mark, how many years have you served? Was it 27?
Yep. Long time.
Come on.
Timer.
Do I have to tell you again?
His time was up. He's doing the timekeeping.
If he misses a phone call, I don't know if the sky will fall or not, but I can assure you it won't. Eric, I wasn't gonna say this, but I've got to, I just think that at some point in time, I've got to say it. It's mind-boggling to me that people would vote against what we're doing. They vote against success. If you talk to people outside our borders, it's nothing but accolades about what's been accomplished. We've changed a city in Connecticut over the last 34 years. We were an old industrial, blue-collar, blighted city. We are not that anymore. To coin the phrase of Ronald Reagan, we are the shining city on the hill, whether they like it or not. And if people can't stand prosperity, okay, I guess that's what it is. But the other thing is that these past few elections, they never tell us what we're doing wrong. We never hear from them. Nobody have asked me for a debate in 20 years. Of course, I would probably tell them there's nothing to debate. When you're at top of the heap, what are you gonna debate about? When you have no debt, what are you gonna debate about? When you have consistently one of the lowest mill rates in the state of Connecticut, what are you gonna debate about? When your crime rate is like the 5th lowest in the city, what are you gonna debate about? It's just that we're bad people, you know? That's all they say on social media. It's bizarre what's going on in the country today, but unfortunately, this is what we're dealing with. And, you know, at the end of the day, you can't let the SOBs get us down. We just gotta keep doing what we're doing because we're delivering the right product. And you've been part of that equation for so many years. So thanks.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. I can't wait to get on social media tonight to see what they got to say. Like I care. All right, the minutes for approval. 1.1 Board of Aldermen, regular meeting minutes of October 9th, 2025.
Didn't real, my mic on?
Yeah.
Is it on?
Don't worry, John, we got you.
We got that.
Okay. Move to waive the reading and approve the minutes of October 9th, 2025.
Second.
So moved.
Second.
Let's just made second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Items 5.1, 5.2, and 5.3. The Finance Committee, Public Health and Safety Committee, and Street Committee, there are no items. I have nothing to report on. John?
I have nothing to report.
Item number 6, legislative old, there are no items. Item number 7, financial business old, there are no items. Item number 8, financial business new. Item 8.1 is November statutory refunds.
Move that the report of the tax collector relative to the refund of taxes for a total amount of $30,960.23 be approved, and that the finance director be directed to make payments in accordance with the certified list received from a tax collector with funds to come from the statutory refunds account. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.2 is the state mandated HEVAC assessment at Long Hill and Booth Hill schools.
Move to appropriate an amount of $14,650 for state mandated HVAC assessments at Booth Hill School and Long Hill School, with funding to come from aldermanic bonding pursuant to section 7.16 of the city charter. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.3, 2024-2025 fiscal year end transactions.
Move to appropriate an amount of $170,180 to cover fiscal year 2024-25 over expenditures, with funding to come from the general fund surplus. So moved.
Second. Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion?
Your Honor, the election, 156,000. That seemed awfully high. Is it broken down anywhere? I didn't see it.
Well, I mean, there was several primaries, there was the early voting. And it's not really a true over expenditure because some of this has been reimbursed by state grants, so that it's not reflected in this. The state grants come in as revenues.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item 8.4 is the amendment to the agreement between the City of Shelton Housing Authority and the City of Shelton.
Move to amend paragraph 2 of the cooperation agreement executed between the Housing Authority of the City of Shelton and the City of Shelton, which was entered into on March 14th, 1980, and was amended on September 9th, 1980. And further, amend paragraph 4 of the cooperation agreement executed between the Housing Authority and the City of Shelton and the City of Shelton, which was entered into on February 21st, 1968. And in accordance with the provisions of section 8-118A of the Connecticut General Statutes as amended to reduce the percent of the net shelter rent per annum, and further authorize Mayor Mark Ready to execute any and all documents to effectuate the same. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Discussion?
Would Kelly, maybe would Mayor permit Kelly to summarize what
Sure.
this is all about?
Evening, Mr. President, Mayor, Board of Aldermen. Connecticut General Statute 118A provides that in lieu of real property taxes, a local housing authority may pay annually for elderly housing projects a sum not in excess of 10% of the net shelter rent for each occupied unit. Currently, the Shelter Housing Authority pays 10%, and that's been in place since those cooperative agreements were put into place in, I believe, 1968 and 1980. Shelter Housing Authority is asking that the Board of Aldermen consider reducing the payment in lieu of taxes payable to the city from 10% to a lesser percentage.
And that percentage is?
Well, it's a 5% reduction in what they were currently paying.
Does that actually benefit the individual renters?
Well, it does indirectly because it cuts the expenses of the housing authority and their maintenance cost, because their maintenance costs have gone up significantly over the years. And, you know, it's as we all know, there's no end in sight to it. So, and it's consistent with a lot of the municipalities around us. You know, I didn't realize it was that high. You know, and I think we're in a position where we can do this, and we should do this because, you know, those are affordable units, not the affordability that they talk about in all this legislation.
830G, is that the legislation?
Well, there's a couple of different statutes that dictate the affordable housing terms that the municipalities must comply with. But, you know, as I told the governor and I said on WICC on Monday, I said, we don't have a housing crisis. I said, so people who say that, in my opinion, are wrong. They're dead wrong. We have an affordability crisis. Things are not affordable. You know, we added an additional 1,000 units, rental units in downtown Shelton over the last 10 years. And I don't know that $2,200 is affordable. So, you know, at the end of the day, the housing authority operates and oversees an affordability for living for people who are in that category. And you know, we've helped them in other ways and shapes and forms over the years. This is not new. So this certainly isn't going to break the bank.
The goal, as I've seen it over the years, has always been to help the people who need it most. And many of these people who sign up for housing, affordable housing, are getting affordable housing from this effort. And that's important to keep it going. Otherwise, they couldn't exist in today's economy on just Social Security.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, and item 8.5 is the purchase of 5 used propane buses.
Move for the recommendation of the finance director to waive the bidding process for the purchase of 5 used propane Bluebird school buses in an amount of $11,500, with funding to come from contingency general account. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Discussion?
11,500, the total for all 5 buses?
Yeah.
5 buses for 11,500. Let that sink in. What a deal. Who did that?
Well, and it really started with Frank. You know, and then I got a text message a week ago from Fran Freer from Frank telling us about these buses that were for sale up in Hartford. So I asked that he and Brian Roach and Billy Zielinski down at the garage go take a look. And Frank, I'll let you take it from there. Tell us what you saw.
Good evening, Council. So yes, we all went up to, I actually found them on Marketplace, believe it or not, on Facebook. Just browsing, and they're actually out of East Haven and New Haven area. They were first student buses. The reason why they're so inexpensive is there's no market for them. School districts don't want them because of their age. They actually fit our fleet perfect. They're the same age, they're the same make, the same model, the same usage, the same motor. So they fit our fleet perfect. They're the smaller version. They're only a 40 cap per passenger bus, but they also fit our special needs because they're air conditioned. So if I need them for the special needs students or going into the smaller areas, I can use them for that too. And I can also use them for parts if I need them. So for that price, how can we go wrong?
No,
They're less than 100,000. They're about 100,000 miles on them is all. So which is less than what we're running now. So, and we're keeping up with what we've got. So they are roadworthy. We all obviously will have to have them inspected by the DMV to put them on the road, but we plan on putting a few of them on the road even for the special needs, because that aspect has grown a lot in the Board of Ed. And I don't have quite enough of the small buses to keep up with that for time constraint to get them into school, because they only have 3 schools that do it. Not all of them do it. So I have to cover the whole area. So this is going to be a big help for that too. But for that price, it's a no lose situation. I mean, this is fantastic.
They're in remarkably good condition too.
There are pictures. I mean, even Bill Zielinski, he was like amazed. He was really shocked going on the way up there. He was like, what are we going to get for, actually they were asking more money than we got them for. They actually were asking $3,000 each. And because I asked him how much for less, for more buses, he came down more. So, but he went under the bus, and actually the first bus he went under had all brand new. And when he said brand new, he meant brand new brakes, drums. They all have brand new tires on them. So there's $3,000 right there without even starting them. Engine had no leaks. So they all ran, they all started. So
Yeah, to buy an engine for that bus brand new is like 50 grand.
Yeah.
Transmissions are,
transmission is $7,000. Yeah. Yeah, radiators $3,000, and none of them were leaking. So even if I needed to do that, a couple of them just to keep the ones we need, because those are just wearing parts, and they're getting tougher to get from Bluebird on a timely fashion. So in a crunch, if I had to, now I have enough to, switch it over real quick and just get one and replace that one later, and just keep the good ones on the road until I can get a part. So this is going to work out really well. Thank you.
Congratulations, Frank.
you can't beat this with a stick. This is,
What are the average hours of the buses that are in service now for Shelton? Are they comparable to that?
it's miles, right?
These are less.
Oh,
These are less.
miles. I'm sorry, I go by hours.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
trucks go by
This
hours.
is-
Right. We're averaging about right now on ours, same age, about 140, 150.
Right there.
We have 2 buses that are, one is over 200. So, and because of the area they were in, New Haven, more condensed,
Yeah.
less area.
Travel.
Shelton's, with the a bigger area. So we have to travel farther, but yeah. So,
Do they have any more?
yes, they do. They actually do. So, yep, they actually have 20 of them. Yeah. I just don't know where we would put them.
My understanding is that these are like brand new to us, because I heard they had between 70 and 100,000.
Yes, they do. Between 70,
Yeah.
the 5 we chose were between 72 and 109, I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're brand new to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well done, man.
Yeah, so we may get some more, in the coming months. It depends on how it goes. But look at, we have options to store these buses if we have to. We'll start putting them at the schools if we have to.
Yeah, I mean, just getting them back and forth. It would be logistics, but if we have to, we'll definitely I'm sure the mayor will come up with something for me.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed?
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, item number 9, legislative new is item 91A is the amendment to ordinance 712, hearing procedure for municipal citations. That goes to public hearing, correct?
Yes, it's referred to public hearing. 91A.
Okay, so 9.2 is the appointment to the Trails Committee.
Move to appoint Mark Rowan to the Shelton Trails Committee effective immediately. His address is 27 Cynthia Lane, Shelton, Connecticut. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. I know Mark Rowan. Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
You wanna have these people stay also?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tom Cotter can stay. The 2 admins can stay.